What it do, YouTube? I'm finally back. I know it's been a terribly long hiatus. I haven't dropped on this channel in, I believe, like 2 to 3 years, but that's okay. I've been dropping shorts recently. I decided, you know what? Why not give y'all a whole YouTube video? So here, right now, I'm just creating my first ball line with my guard, with my clipper completely closed. No guard, actually, with my clipper completely closed. And right now, I'm going up have what they say about an inch, but I don't really measure it out necessarily. But that was fully open right there, and I'm just hitting out that line. Now, these steps are pretty easy to follow, guys. I don't do anything too extravagant. I try to keep it as simple as possible. Now, that's a 1.5 guard right there, and I'm just going all the way up and feathering out. By feathering out, I mean I'm just hitting it and flicking out. I'm just hitting it from the bottom and flicking out. I'm not digging into it too heavy. I'm not digging into it too heavy at all. And of course, I'm combing down to keep that hair nice and straight, so I'm seeing where I'm cutting at. And yeah, I'm really just keeping it as simple as possible. Right now, I completely closed the guard, and I'm just going back a little below that line to blend that out as much as possible to decrease that bulk. Now, I'm coming back in right here with, I believe I'm going to come in with a one. Or actually, yes, that's the one. I'm coming in with a one right there, guys. Oh, no. I came in with a two, actually. I came in with a two right there. And I completely opened that guard, and I'm just getting all that bulk at the top. I'm trying to blend it from top to bottom as evenly as possible. I didn't want the top looking too heavy. So I'm just going back in with it all the way closed right there. And then right here, I finally came in with that one guard, and I'm just flicking out that heavy bulk line that was right in between that no guard all the way open and that 1.5. And I'm just knocking at that line right there. I'm keeping it as simple as possible, y'all. It's really simple to follow along. And as you see, that blend is coming together. It is becoming very blurry. I try to just man, I really don't try to do too much with it, but you see that heavy little bark line right there? I just went in with the grain with my one guard, and I just completely closed it and just went with the grain right there, just to get that extra little bark off and let that hair down as smoothly as possible. And right now, I'm just coming back in with that 1.5. I'm hitting any areas that I still see that I feel is dark personally. I just try to do as much as I can in that regard. You know, they say not to detail as much during the fade because they're going to add extra time. With me personally, I just like to detail anyways. It just makes me feel as comfortable as possible with the fade. Now, right there on that bottom, that line all the way at the bottom, I'm just going in no guard, completely open, and working back and forth between that completely open and completely closed to get out that line as much as possible. You see me hitting them corners. I'm coming in with the grain. I'm just really feathering and laying this hair down as smoothly and as neatly as possible, guys. Detail is king. Detail is king. Very, very simple. Now, a lot of people don't always show the back, but I'm going to have to show the back because the back for me, coming up in the barber industry, always seemed to be the hardest part for me personally to get. Not really sure why. I just never seem to be able to get that blend right. But right here, I'm starting a little lower. He kind of wanted me to drop it slightly in the back to create that illusion. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in, same exact thing I did with the left side. Just coming in with that 1/2 guard first, feathering out, and combing and feathering out from there. And now I'm coming in back close now with that same guard, and I'm hitting a little more below that line and just working my way down, guys. So that's all I'm doing. I'm going from top to bottom, blending in that bulk and getting it as low and blending in as smoothly with that all the way to 0 as possible. Honestly, guys, it's not too complicated. Right here now, I came back in with my one guard right here, and I'm right below that, and I'm just feathering out as well, all the way open. And I like to keep it not too much below that 1/2 line, but right on the head with it to where I feel like it blends out the smoothest, guys. And then I'm coming back in, guys. I'm coming back in. I'm going against the grain, okay? I kind of want to feather it a little more and blend it down and smoothen it out as much as possible. And I'm going to just hit that bottom line right there, all the way closed. I want to try to, the hair kind of seemed to be growing in a spiral. So it's coming from that right side and swooping down to the left. So that's why I kind of went against the grain with that to try to have it as smooth and as evenly faded as possible. Now, right now, as you can see, I'm coming in, no guard, just hitting right below there. And I'm not really doing too much. I mean, my apologies. When I say no guard, I mean 0 guard. I'm not really doing too much, guys. I'm not really doing too much. Yeah, man, this is really self-explanatory, I should say. But man, honestly, with these blends, with these fades, I try to keep it as smooth as possible. Now, I felt like there was no need to show the right side. Exactly the same thing you do with the left. Now, right now, this is my lineup prep. A lot of people been asking me in my comment section on IG. Speaking of which, my IG will be in the description. But a lot of people been asking me on my IG, what do I do for lineup prep? They want to know. I don't do anything too extravagant, honestly. I really just do a hot towel with shaving cream. With this, I just really feel like it smoothens out and lays down the hair follicle as much as possible. It softens up the cuticle and it lets the hair just cut off the blade a lot easier and a lot sharper. So right here, I'm just coming in with my hot towel. I'm just laying my hot towel directly on top of the head. I'm smoothing it in, and I like to let the hot towel sit for 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how much shaving cream I put on, and depending on how long it takes the towel to cool down completely. So I just try to keep it on there. I try to flatten out as much as possible. I try to keep pressure on it just so I can make sure those hairs that I'm trying to lay down is actually being forced to lay down under the heat. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do with that, guys. I don't do anything too extravagant. I know people be looking for almost in a sense magic tricks. You know what I'm saying? And they try their best to try to figure out some extremely complex method that they feel like they have to do. And it's not that complex at all, guys. You really can keep it as simple as possible. You can get the greatest look that you want to achieve in this industry. It's not hard at all. I try to simplify things to keep it as simple as possible. Keep it as 1, 2, 3 as possible. These are quick steps, guys. This isn't anything that you won't be able to do in the first few times. Honestly, you might even get it as good as you want to on the first time. It really just depends on the person. If you ask me, with the hot towel method, I would say it probably take me the first few times, first 2 to 3 times to really get in the groove of using it comfortably. And really get it down to a science, I should say. And sometimes you might not put enough shaving cream on. I even had times where I had put just a bit much. But I like to apply a nice, even, thick layer to where it's not too heavy, it's not too thick, but it's also not too light. Now I just blow dried it dry because it's gonna be a little wet, a little damp. There's gonna be a little damp. I just blow dried it dry. I'm coming in with my liners right here. I didn't feel like these liners were hitting that hard. That might be hitting hard to y'all based on what y'all can see on the video, but I didn't think they were hitting that hard to me, so I just switched over to my low pros. And I got a Gold FX blade on there. I believe that's a 2.0 blade. And I'm just coming in and I'm just hitting that line and it's cutting off crisp and sharp, as you can see, man. I really love these liners. I've just got these liners probably like a month ago, and I haven't put them down since. I'm not gonna lie. They got a lot of power. They're very comfortable in the hand. They're very light, so you won't be really straining your hand too much holding them for a long period of time, I should say. Now with me, I would like to say I'm a surgeon when I got that razor in my hand with that handle. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a surgeon, so I just hitting those extra little hangover hairs on top front of the hairline and smoothing out that line up as much as possible, keeping it as crisp as possible. If you can see that right side is butter. Now off screen because my phone ended up dying. Actually, I couldn't get that left side, but I got that left side for you done right here and right now. I'm just applying some enhancements. Now he requests enhancements. He loves when I do the enhancements of the natural cut. So I know we're gonna have a lot of people in the comments boo-hooing about the enhancements, and honestly, it is what it is. It's the industry. You can either get with it or get left behind. That's the way I view it. You can complain about it, but it's not going anywhere, so just give it up at this point. Now, I fast forwarded it to after I already applied the enhancements, and what I'm gonna do is I like to get all the little hairs from the top. There's often a lot of hair sticking up, and you want to just kind of freehand glide over those hairs to kind of have that hair looking as smooth and as light and as buttery as possible. Especially when you have a client that has waves, it's gonna make the waves pop even more, and it's just gonna make the overall cut look a lot more neat and a lot more professional, if you're asking me. Now, the average person might not be able to spot the difference, but a seasoned barber can definitely tell when all the excess hair has been cut off the top of the head. So as you can see, I'm just going back in and I'm detailing a little bit more. With the liners, I'm detailing just a tad more with some spots that I feel like I didn't quite get good enough. And yeah, man, it's 1, 2, 3 ABC, man. It's butter, man. It's too easy not to be able to do this efficiently once you get your reps in. I feel like a lot of people try to jump into it a bit fast and get a little carried away. Take your time. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? And we out.